For the past 24 years, the Master Electricians Apprentice Challenge has been shaping the future of the industry, helping apprentices sharpen their skills, push their limits, and embrace new challenges. Each year, hundreds of apprentices from across the country battle it out regionally for a spot in the national finals, from both the domestic, commercial, and industrial categories. Since its launch, the annual competition has played a key role in growing New Zealand's next generation of electricians. So we're taking a walk down memory lane and catching up with the very first Apprentice of the Year.
Matt, thank you so much for having us here today.
Hey, no problem.
I want to take you back a little bit in time to start off with, about 24 years ago when you won the Apprentice Challenge. Might be a little bit to rack your brain to think back to that day, but is there anything, I guess, first off that stands out to you thinking back how it all went down?
Yeah, I mean, it is a long time ago now that you think about it. The first day I turned up and forgot my tools. They were back at the hotel, so we had to quickly divert back there and get those. So it wasn't a great start for me, but once we got rid of the nerves, settled into our work, the training and experience that you've worked through over the last couple of years of your apprenticeship really starts to kick in.
Interesting you say you forgot your tools on that day. I mean, as you say, probably not the best start to the day. Yeah. Did you know, I guess like when you got there, was there anything that you did to kind of, I guess, recenter yourself and refocus? Was it just about going back to what you knew you had the skills to do?
You realise that you're just there to do work that you've been doing. And you know, you've got that apprehension of, hey, have I trained enough? Do I understand enough? Are the other guys here competing? Do they know more than me? And you have to just shut that out and get on with your work. You know, follow the diagrams, rely on all your training. So yeah, I guess just recentering yourself was in the end quite easy. I had a very good, well-rounded apprenticeship, worked with tradesmen and journeymen who were happy to train me, received lots of experience. So that in itself helped calm the nerves.
Would you say you're generally a competitive person, or did you have to kind of find that from somewhere?
Secretly competitive, yeah, not outwardly competitive, but yeah, certainly I kind of live by the ethos of it's worth doing right. So by nature, I like to do things right. I like to be the best that I can be at whatever I'm doing.
A good trait to have in this sort of industry, I'm sure.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. And did you know any of the competitors? Were they people you'd worked with before?
No, I didn't. They were all from all around the country.
Yeah. Was that quite cool as well? I guess even just meeting these other people that were kind of in the same boat as you?
They were a good bunch of lads, all there kind of nervously apprehensive as well. You know, they're all of similar ilk, so yeah, good bunch of lads.
And then you, of course, won the Apprentice Challenge. Was that something that you expected?
I don't think I expected it. I felt like I'd put my best foot forward. I felt like I'd done enough to win, but you never really know. They called out third place and second place, and you think, oh gosh, you know, have I actually done worse than I feared? Have the other guys done better than I thought? But yeah, in the end, I managed to take it out.
And what sort of happened for you from that sort of step forward, and how did that, I guess, help kickstart your career?
I was a Netco employed apprentice, so after the challenge, I finished my apprenticeship and got qualified. And you're not employed by a company, so you're then on the market looking for a job. The host company I was with had a place for one tradesperson. They had two people qualifying, myself and another guy, and I got the nod for the role. So, you know, immediately it helped me by securing a job, sought after industry with a sought after company. We soon after decided to travel, and we went and lived in the UK for a few years. I think having that on my CV really helped secure a very good job with a systems control company in the UK.
24 years on, is it still something you like to put on the CV or keep there somewhere?
Well, I haven't had a CV for a long time. I've been in business now for over 12 years. Yeah, so I don't even have a copy of a CV anymore. Yeah.
So tell me about that. You've obviously got your business now 12 years on. Tell me how that sort of started and a little bit, I guess, of what you do day to day.
We lived in the UK for a few years. We came back here, kind of struggled with work when I got back here, finding something that interested me. I went and worked for another home automation company, kind of learnt what they did and saw what future possibilities existed within this market. Decided it was a good opportunity to start a business. We focus mainly on residential and the mid to high end residential, particularly dealing with like home automation, smart homes and various systems. So there's a definite growth market for us.
And you've got a bit of a team as well here. Tell me how many people you've got working for you at the moment and what that sort of team dynamic's like.
We've got 6 staff at the moment. So we employ both electricians, apprentice electricians, and also AV or smart home programmers. So we've got a good mixture of guys, a good mixture of work. All the guys get an exposure to everything that we do. So our Sparkies aren't just running power and lights every day. They're involved in networking and security and lighting control and lots of other things. So the day can be quite varied and interesting.
And do you have any apprentices working for you at the moment? Or
Yeah, we've got 2 at the moment.
Yeah, can you
Yep.
tell me a bit about that and what's that like, I guess, being on the other end and doing the training side of things?
Yeah, so we have one who's just sat his regs and theories exams and passed both of them, so he's getting very close to the end of his time. And we've got another, he's in his 2nd year, has a definite interest in the smart home side of what we do.
And is the Apprentice Challenge something that they could look at doing themselves?
Absolutely, yeah, I'd recommend it to any apprentice. Yeah.
I guess when you're talking to any of these guys about getting them on board to potentially to go through and into that, what's your key advice and motivation for them to do so?
The key motivation is to challenge yourself. Yeah, you put yourself against your peers. It's a great test of where you sit in terms of the benchmark. How good are you? How good is your training being? How motivated and how desired are you to succeed?
If you could go back now in time and give your younger self one piece of advice on that day, other than remembering your tools,
Yeah.
is there something that comes to mind that you would sort of pass on?
I guess it would be seize the opportunity, but I felt like I did that at the time anyway, and I guess that would lead to a recommendation for someone who's thinking about it now. Seize the opportunity. Yeah. If you're thinking about it, doing it, stop thinking about it and do it.